Welcome back to One Piece Anime Review episode number 92. This is our 180th episode of the anime. Sabo goes into action. All the captains of the Revolutionary appear. And the 939 chapters of the manga, Old Leopard's claws are always sharp. Yep. This episode of the anime is adapted from almost the entirety of chapter 904, basically pages 2 to 15. Yeah, it doesn't that last couple pages. My guess is they're gonna go back to the old format of just doing most of chapter 1 episode, finish up next episode. Now, as for the main characters themselves, they only appear for one brief scene where they're just on the ship. Brook is fishing. Chopper is basically patching up Luffy's wounds, and you see Kara and Nami reading newspaper, and of course, Luffy asking Nami about what's going on with the Revolutionary Army, and she can't find anything. Last thing that she heard from the last issue that was released was that the Army headquarters was attacked. That was it. That was the last thing that she heard anything related to them. So apparently they're keeping quiet. And then, speaking of Revolutionary Army, we see them, and they're at Arkov's country. This is Arkov's first appearance since Return of Sabo. Yes. The character who is very much based on the character Frank F. Furter from the film Rocky Horror Picture Show, played by the awesome Tim Curry. I have seen Rocky Horror Picture Show. I didn't like it. I thought it was boring. I didn't really like it. The only thing I liked was the meatloaf scene. That was the most entertaining scene in the whole film. Yep, and you see his island of transvestites. Yep. Yeah, and of course they're acting perfectly polite as they normally can. And you see the Revolutionary Army arriving at the island. Well, not exactly by a ship, but you see them like on the island. Maybe with Arcov, and of course they have their meeting. And Sabo, in the manga, he was actually crying. Tears of joy. And here, he's not crying. He just basically grinning at the fact that Luffy's bounty went up by a heck of a lot. 1.5 billion. Yeah, it's a lot. A heck of a lot. Luffy thought originally that his bounty went down, but nope, it actually went up a lot, because the last time his bounty went up, it was up to 600 million. And that was after Dressrosa. Yes. And speaking of Dressrosa, there's actually a flashback to Sabo's return to the series. You see briefly of his childhood, which was shown in the episodes post-war, which is basically how he explains Sabo's backstory, which was also shown in the Dressrosa arc, and of course see briefly Luffy reunite with Sabo, but it doesn't show off exactly what Sabo was doing during Dressrosa with him, Huck, and I don't remember the woman's name who's an associate of Sabo. It's implied these two might become a couple, but who knows? Would work. Yep. And Hack is in the episode very briefly. As for the assistant karate instructor, she doesn't do much anything except for basically on paperwork. Yep. Sabo, of course, basically lays the detailed plan to not take down the war government, but take down the Celestial Dragons. Yeah, the group of people who are complete dicks to other people just because they are the Celestial Dragons. And only one of them is actually normal, which they're going to show up later on in this arc. Yep, and the big thing in this episode, we see the 4 top officers. Bio Belly, which is a woman who likes to wear her shirt open, exposing her breast. A big giant named Morley, who is implied might be gay, and he wears a miniskirt. We see Lindbergh, an inventor, and we see, I don't remember the guy's name. He's the guy who turns the crows. It is Kaisu. Yeah, Kaisu is the guy's name. And they pretty much basically are there to save this country, which is being attacked by a group of pirates known as the Peachbeard Pirates. And we're like, Peachbeard. Man, they're running out of colors for beards. Like, because pirates known for having beards, so why not have a peach beard? Okay. At least in the case of a black beard, a red beard, a white beard. That makes sense, but Peachbeard is a subordinate of a Blackbeard. Though for some reason they call him Peachbeard, even though his beard is basically pink. Yeah, as for why it's pink, Never explained. The guy only appears this one time. Oh yeah, and his bounty, 52 million berries. Oh yeah, there's also a woman named Moda. This is probably by far probably gonna be her only appearance in it, because in the manga, this chapter was her only appearance because she only appeared in like 2 cover stories. Yes, a woman appeared for 2 cover stories and a full chapter, and this is her first appearance outside of the manga. Yep. Yeah, she gets scared and she gets like she's protecting a jar of milk. Yes, a jar of milk. And of course, she's about to run away, and then she just happily runs the Bella Belly by simply running into her chest. And she also is one point touching her chest, and apparently she's got no problem with this at all. Most women basically would be a little upset by it, but yeah, my guess is she doesn't have a problem with this woman touching her. At least she's not touching her like down below the belt, though she's wearing her skirt, kind of lowish. Yeah, show off a lot of skin. The character, in a way, kind of reminds me of the character Merlin from Seven Deadly Sins in a way. I mean, the outfit's very similar to that, except that, well, this woman's got clearly longer hair than Merlin. And when you see this woman, you probably think, okay, long coat. You probably think, okay, you probably think she should wear a long white coat. Nope, it's just her skirt basically long in the back. That's the thing with this character. And there's a big brawl, and of course, Marley's ability is that he can move the frickin' ground with his spear. Biobelly's, her ability is that she can power up people with her, I think it's like power fruit, I think it is. Yeah, basically flow the wind with basically the Revolutionary Army flag, and of course convinces people to rise up and beat up the pirates with a bunch of clubs. Yep. Oh yeah, and Peachbeard is taken out by Moda. Yeah, she jumps up like she's freaking Luffy and smashes his freaking face. And Ghost goes to the ground, and they say, okay, you guys take basically the bounty because you guys clearly need it, and we'll leave you go, but we'll leave you my contact information. Yeah, give it to Moda, probably the only character who actually appears in this whole episode who actually gets a name. Yeah, she's the only named character, every a bunch of nameless characters, and it makes sense that she'd given it. Yep. And of course, they do briefly contact Sabo, the late. He's like, okay, fine, as long as you're okay. So maybe later. And that's basically the episode. It's a very good episode. Introduce the top 4 officers. They do come back a little bit later. Like, as far as I know, this is probably by far the only time you see Revolutionary Army in this arc. Because after this, it's all with Revere after this. Because here's kind of the thing. This arc is only roughly 4 chapters. So you got roughly like about 4 chapters left. Actually, it's about 6 overall. But this is only chapter 2 of this arc. Yep, now to move on to the manga. First in the cover, we see Jinbei, a character who's not appeared since Whole Cake, and you see him getting a haircut. It's still unknown if the Sun Pirates and Germa 66 actually survived their battle with Big Mom. It's completely unknown. As a matter of fact, it's never specifically revealed exactly what happened to them. It's like, okay, they confront Big Mom and that's it. Yep. So the chapter starts off with Zoro talking to Mimosa's sister, smoking hot woman she is, and tells them basically about that he's still 8 years old, like they're all happy to see he's alive, and of course they talk about his retainers. And it's also revealed apparently there were 3 other people who traveled with him to the future aside from, well, they said there were 6 going with him basically, so we got the 3 retainers, and it looks like one of the dukes apparently with him as well. Of course, he's drinking some beer. Yeah. It's most like that for most of the chapter. Of course, he's relaxing at the place while recovering from his wounds. And then we cut back to the prison. We actually cut back to the... like, kind of back to the prison. And Luffy, of course, taking up a bunch of prisoners. Beats them up. Has the old man basically help him out for his battle. And, of course, chapter ends in teaching a particular... like, that's what you're trying to do, okay. Like, I'll help you learn. Teach me, it's exactly it. Yep, and that's how the chapter ends. Yep, with a brawl. So, quite interesting chapter nonetheless. I mean, though there is lots of exposition in this chapter, at least it's not the case of, like, few chapters from Hunter x Hunter, where these Deadlock balloons are full of freaking paragraphs. Yeah, but there's lots of exposition, but good exposition nonetheless. If this was adapted for the episode, so they probably keep a good chunk of this particular chapter in the manga, in the anime. I'm sure because, well, I've heard that they're going to adapt this arc by the summer. Yep. And I've heard that this current arc is going to come back in the manga. Yep. Excuse me. Yeah, otherwise, though, that's really it for this particular view. This is a good chapter. I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Yep. So overall today, there's going to be more chapters coming today. I mean, how many more is coming today? About 5 more. Basically reviews for Dragon Ball Super, Boruto, these two quite obvious ones, along with One Punch Man, Attack on Titan, and Black Butler. Yep. Basically 3 anime reviews and 2 manga reviews. Yep. Expect to see those soon. Okay. I'm probably going to do Attack on Titan probably pretty soon because Attack on Titan is actually one of them. Attack on Titan, Black Butler, and One Punch Man. Yep. But Attack on Titan probably first. If I work on that, probably while this video is going up, I'll read it and get my thoughts on the newest chapter of the manga, okay? But until we see you next review, bye.